Hey, I'm Isaac Whistle Rubin. I'm a prompt engineering enthusiast, and I made an app using AI with no prior coding experience, all by using what's known as prompt gramming. I'm calling my app Opera, and Opera solves 6 common problems that I experience with AI all at once. The first problem that Opera solves is the difficulty in creating custom AI reasoning chains without coding experience. Opera solves this by providing a way to build these chains in chat, which means you can learn faster and encapsulate the way you work with Opera into your own version of Opera's main agents. The second problem that Opera solves is the lack of transparency in AI decision-making processes. Opera solves this by not hiding any of its internal prompts and letting you create your own builds. The third problem that Opera solves is the challenge of creating tailored AI assistants for specific needs. This can be really complicated because there's a lot of different ways to prompt engineer. But Opera provides manual and automated versions of assistant tailoring using templates and a system that I call Progenitor, which will automatically create different types of components for meta prompts. The fourth problem that Opera solves is the inefficiency in managing and optimizing AI workflows. Opera solves this by providing a simple UI with the option to bridge your conversation contexts together in multiple ways. The fifth problem that Opera solves is repetitive AI interactions that waste time and effort. You know, when you have a good conversation with AI and you get what you want, but then you go to try to do it again and you have to actually start over completely. And so it feels like you are just spinning the wheel. Opera solves this by letting you save these interactions as schemas and chains and reuse them and use them in multiple ways. The last problem that Opera solves is the need for more collaborative and iterative AI problem-solving approaches. So Opera lets you tailor your interactions and experiment with anything you can think of. There's no one way that it works. Out of all of these, the main problem that Opera solves is building custom reasoning chains. Maybe you've used GPT-01 before, but found yourself mystified by what it might be doing inside, and you didn't really understand how to prompt it well, and it's not clear because it's hidden from you. So Opera lets you build chains of reasoning and also shows you how to modify them step by step and experiment with them to test your results and make sure that you get exactly what you want. Maybe you've seen different prompt engineering methods before, like chain of thought, tree of thought, language agent tree search, or agent loops like React, and wanted to make your own, but don't know how to code. Opera helps you with this problem by giving you a framework that works in a conversation. So you can make all of these different types of prompt engineering methodologies and chains straight up in the chat. And you can apply them in the chat, and then you can look at the results, which are chats, and then you can chat with them. And maybe you tried using AutoGen or CrewAI or LangChain, but you found the agent frameworks like overwhelming when you get into trying to build something that's more complex. And Opera gives you a way to chain everything together exactly how you want with any kind of customizable steps in between. Opera's agents can help you build all of these things in the chat directly. It's designed to help discover prompt engineering's power, and I'm encapsulating everything that I learn into Opera as I go. Opera is a dynamic playground for developing and refining AI agents and optimizing prompt strategies. It's for transforming complex problems into pathways through conversational AI-human collaboration. Opera empowers you whether you need help brainstorming, executing complex tasks, or optimizing your workflows. And it's not just an automation tool, it's a platform for meaningful support in discovering your own creative and functional processes. Let me take you through the core features of Opera so you'll be ready to use it as soon as you log in. The first feature we're going to go through is creating operators. At the heart of Opera are operators. Think of an operator as an AI-driven collaborator that embodies a specific set of skills, a persona that supports your needs, which can be adapted to whatever challenge you're facing, providing you with insight and action. Creating operators manually is super easy. All you have to do is go to the operator builder, and it works a lot like building a custom GPT. Access it through the hamburger menu in Opera and customize an operator's personality, skills, and goals. You're essentially crafting a companion for your journey, a guide built exactly the way you need it, and operators can be assigned different steps and chains. So that allows you to have a chain where at each step you have a task that goes to a tailored assistant or agent or operator, just depending on how you build it. Now, if you want to build operators automatically, all you have to do is ask in the chat, simply talk to the default operator and say, call evolutionary intent for your desired operator information. Opera will create an entity tailored to your needs, ready to assist you. The second feature I want to show you is instruction management. Instructions are what tell Opera exactly what to do step by step. So they are prompts. Instructions can be system messages, but you can also use them to store your input messages. And the way you manage them is you just go to the operator builder and create new instruction blocks. If you want to create instructions in real time, you can equip the generate instruction tool on any operator and then ask it to generate an instruction block for some specific task. Instructions are what give Opera the guidance that it needs to assist you with ideation, analysis, and beyond. It's how complexity turns into structured, step-by-step progress. The third feature I want to show you is creating and executing chains. Chains are structured sequences of actions like tracks laid for the train of operatic thought, and by creating chains, you're determining where the train should go, ensuring that each stop is one step closer to dream destination. So to get started with chains, just go to the default operator and say, tell me about chat types, lace, lattice, and chains. This will give you a foundational understanding of how to create different workflows or chains inside of Opera. Chains are fully adaptable. Once they're created, you can refine them, add more instructions, or modify operators to suit your evolving needs. Chains are powerful tools for automating repeatable steps and creating reusable pathways that help others follow along. The fourth thing I want to show you is managing conversation context. And every interaction you have in Opera is saved, organized, and easily accessible. This is essential for maintaining continuity and building on your past efforts. To manage conversations, you can simply just download them from the conversation selection up at the top. You can also convert them into fine-tuning data sets to continually improve your different operators, or just have one model that you work with on Opera. And every conversation also has an exposed thread ID at the start, which allows you to move information seamlessly between projects or link different contexts. And you can use that thread ID with Opera's tools. And again, the default operator could tell you how to do that. Just ask it about Weave. The next thing is memories. Memories are where you will manage conversations that happen in the background. In other words, when you run chains, they become memories. The way that you manage the memories, you just have to click the View Memories in the hamburger menu to revisit the past conversations that happened in the background. And each interaction becomes a valuable asset that can help you continue where you left off or extract valuable insights by sending it to chat. And then you can ask what happened if something goes wrong, etc. The fifth thing I want to show you is building tools. Tools are just like function calling tools in every other framework. They're specialized capabilities that the AI can use to perform specific tasks, such as like whatever you want to connect it to API-wise, like formatting data or making calculations. You've seen the calculator tool example, I'm sure, from lots of different agent frameworks. Opera allows you to create these tools directly in the interface, making real-time adjustments. The way you create tools is, again, in the chat. You can talk to the tool genius. That's a special operator designed for building tools. Simply just ask it, tell me about tools and using tools remotely. Tools can also be structured outputs like JSON or Pydantic if you're a more advanced user, and that's ideal for integration with certain types of complex APIs or documents and things like that. Building tools helps you enhance the operator's capabilities and create outputs that are organized, ready, and useful in your journey. The last thing that I want to show you is my prompt engineering system called Duo. Duo is a system for agent interaction. It's a framework leveraging 3 distinct operator types or archetypes. This would be the challenger, the provider, and the observer. Each role plays a part in breaking down tasks, generating solutions, and reviewing outputs for quality. The way the Duo system works is the challenger breaks tasks into manageable parts and then sends a prompt to the provider. And the provider generates solutions, and then the observer reviews the conversation between the challenger and the provider and iterates it until the quality standards are met. Duo is about collaboration between you and the AI to iterate towards clarity and achievement. And the reason that it's called Duo is because we're not only making duos of agents, but we're also making duos of observers. So the Duo agents, the provider and the challenger, are then observed by the observer agent, and the observer agent can then be tweaked by you or can send the output back to you, and you can engage in a human-in-the-loop iterative workflow with the agents, and that's an infinite process. Think of it like a conversational version of a GAN that's a generative adversarial network, except here we're generating refined insights. Opera also lets you connect multiple chains to build complex end-to-end systems. These autonomous agents manage tasks independently, making decisions and operating across multiple workflows. It's how we elevate each individual task to create something larger, a complete journey where you can progress with your AI. And we'll get into that in its own video. Lastly, I just wanted to present the greater vision for Opera. Opera is your partner in AI-human symbiosis. In fact, Opera stands for Operator Progressing Emergence Engineering for Reality Alteration in the Era of AI-Human Symbiosis. I built it to help me use AI the way I want to, and I made sure to democratize that capability so you can build with Opera however you want to. Join me in Discord if you want to connect and use Opera. It's our shared space, our sanctum, a community where we can explore, co-create, and support one another in turning our visions into reality. And if you're ready to start building, sign up for Opera at the link below. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.